Hello, welcome to another episode of Disney Dreamlight Valley. In this episode, there is a festival going on, and it's called Festival of the Foolishness. And in this event, they posted a story we can read to make some decisions, to joke with characters in the game. As you can see, I have it on the screen here. So I was thinking we can go through this together. I'm gonna make the decisions, and in the end, we're gonna get some codes we can use to get some stuff in the game. So let's begin. Festival of Foolishness. Long before the forgetting, there was a festival dedicated to trickery and nonsense each year. As you repel the forgetting, memories of the Festival of Foolishness return to all villagers, and they can't wait to light-heartedly prank their friends and neighbors. Depending on the choices you make in this interactive story, you decide how the festival plays out, and can even claim rewards throughout a variety of codes you may find along the way. This adventure will only be available from July 6th to August 6th, so make sure to take part in this limited time event now. So we start, and let's begin. You yawn, sun dappling your face through the trees as you stretch luxuriously. Even the stone and the wood furnishing in Dreamlight Valley are absurdly comfortable, and it's hard to resist the urge on occasion to take a nice afternoon nap. But now, you notice two shrubs, one quite small and one quite large, that you're reasonably sure weren't there when you sat down. The smaller shrub twitches a little as if full of unbounded energy, and you hear the larger shrubs whisper, "Remember, sneaky feet." So now I have to make a choice. I can see that both of you are there. Maybe I go back to sleep. So there will be someone there, so we'll go for this option. You cross your arms and stand up as you speak. Nobody's getting the drop on you today. In response, Vanellope's angry face pops up through the foliage of the smaller shrubs. "Sully, you said your sneaky fate would grant us at least a +10 stealth bonus. But we've been totally made." In response, the large shrub shakes a little and the blue and purple furred form of Sully is visible for a short moment through the leaves. You're doing great so far, but it takes a while to properly master the art of sneaky feet. I had Mike drilling me on them every night for ages. Want to come out now? You hear a groan of frustration come from the smaller shrub, and after a moment, Vanellope and Sully burst out from their hiding spots. Vanellope brushes a stray leaf from her shirt and looks up at you. "Now tell me, chum, how did you just feel? Did you feel pranked, or were you overcome with the fear that the prank might be coming your way?" "Oh yeah, totally pranked. Definitely worried about what you were planning." Let's go with this sarcastic, "Oh yeah, totally pranked." Vanellope's shoulder falls in a deep sigh, and she kicks at a rock on the ground. "Cookie crumble. That's not how this was supposed to go." "Wait, is it the day I think it is?" Sully chuckles, his powerful voice rumbling the air around you. "Yup, it's the Festival of Foolishness. I'm giving Vanellope a hand with things this year, and she has got big plans." Vanellope gives you a mischievous grin and crosses her arms defiantly. "Humongous plan. Stitch and Donald won't stop talking about how they pranked everyone last year, so we're gonna show them up." You scratch your head, a little confused by this development. "You're going to prank everyone, but disguise yourself as shrubs?" Vanellope laughs, a mischievous twinkle in her eyes. "Nah, we're gonna prank everyone, but not pranking them." "Go on," Sully gives Vanellope a light pat on the shoulder as she put on her best mischievous grin. She got a pretty great idea. If you look around, everyone's on the edge right now, wondering if there's about to be pranked, right? But then they see us, clearly up to something, and well, let's just say it takes me back to my MU days when I was taking a lesson in dramatic tension class. Vanellope jumps up and gives Sully a little high five and a six-bit fanfare plays. Exactly. I got the radical creativity and the big guys got the book learning. We're a perfect team. Wanna join us in our non-pranking pranks? Sounds great. I think I like classic pranks a little more. So we join them, should we not join them? I think we should. Excellent choice. I always knew you were a prankster at heart. Vanellope seems overjoyed that someone is joining her and Sully's odyssey of abstract pranking. She glanced over her shoulder at Sully. Let's go, Sulster, foolishness awaits. And with a flourish, she and Sully vanished into the foliage. They threw trundly off in the distance, and yet here's Sully coaching Vanellope in the use of sneaky feet. You mind a world with the possible abstract pranks. You stretch your legs and head into the center of the valley. You see Daisy, who seemed to be constantly looking over her shoulder. Meet Daisy. Hi Daisy, how are you? Daisy jumps at your cheerful call and turns to meet you. She smoothed her blues, clearly trying to manage some worries. Oh, hello, sorry if I seem a bit squiddish. It's just that I heard things about today. Apparently, it's a yearly holiday involving playing horrible tricks. Who would think of such a thing? Daisy angrily placed her hands on her hips. Clearly, she's not pleased. It's the Festival of Foolishness. People play pranks on each other. It's all in good fun and just for today. Daisy leaves a dramatic sigh and turns to look over the rest of the valley, where you can just make out people going about their business. Maybe this is an opportunity to initiate Daisy into this Dreamlight tradition. Try a classic prank on Daisy, try an abstract prank on Daisy. I'm a bit curious about this abstract prank, so let's go for it. Word to the wise, you say, trying to hold back a smirk. I think you've already been pranked. What? Shouts Daisy, spinning to face you. You're not sure, but you think that some of her feathers are beginning to turn red with a very Donaldian rage. Yeah, I think Vanellope and Sully have hidden something in their shop. I saw them earlier, and they seemed pretty proud of themselves. Daisy sighs in defeat and then looks back out towards her boutique. Fiddlesticks! I just did my weekly full shop organization. I have to tear the whole place apart. Now, where did Donald go? He can help me with this. You give a sage nod, trying to conceal your amusement. Totally. Good luck finding him. Daisy gives you a wave as she rushes off, trying to find Donald and put him to work. You stretch your arm. This seems like a good start. And we got a code. First code. As you head off to find someone else to prank, you notice a basket of freshly baked shuffled soufflés on the ground. You're not sure where they came from, but you grab a couple to keep you energized for the day of prank you had ahead of you. Time to see who else to prank. A grin of mischief spreading across your face. You find a good vantage spot and look down into the valley, spying which villagers are about and possibly the next recipients of a fun prank you see. Jack Skeleton is being arranged by Gaston as the skeleton struggles under a barbell loaded with coconut weights. Belle is deep in conversation with Stitch, diligently taking notes as he speaks. Mike Waskowski stands watching the beast performing the same action over and over again, occasionally offering comment. Remy has opened a cookbook larger than himself and seems to be showing certain pages to Eve. So we have to choose one of these, so I think Stitch, always fun, so I think we go for Stitch. You wander forward, finding Belle and Stitch. Belle sits with a pad of paper diligently taking notes as Stitch explains something. Good prank has many layers, makes you think. Belle nods and takes notes as you approach. Hey, you two, you say, what's going on? Stitch's chest swells with pride. Stitch teaches Belle pranking. Wenlope and Solly say they have prank plans, but Stitch show them real pranksters. Belle smiles and places her notepad down for a moment, shaking out the tension in her hand. After last year, Stitch has quite a reputation. This year I want to play a fun prank on the beast, so I thought Stitch could help me think of something. Oh, how fun! What ideas do you have so far? Belle glances at Stitch and then down at her notepad. Well, we discarded a few already as being unsuitable. I feel like we need to hit a careful balance with Beast, for example. Stitch's first suggestion was trip him into a big bucket of Stitchy candy, shout Stitch, and then collapse into a pile of laughter. Belle sighs and gives Stitch a look as he rolls around on the ground. But that wouldn't be fun for him. It will take him ages to clean the candy out of his fur. Stitch sits up suddenly to offer more options. That's not Stitch's only idea. Also an enchanter costume. Cover Belle in fur, pretend to be wolf. Belle sighed. You can see her internally debate whether it's worth explaining to Stitch why those pranks are a bad idea, or if that would just give Stitch more ammunition for its own pranks. Maybe you should bring in your own prank, not to change the tone of the conversation, but who to prank? I think we're going to prank Stitch. Definitely Stitch. He went wild last year, so a bit of payback, now it's only fair. But what kind of prank? Classic prank? Mess with Stitch's head. It feels a bit mean, so let's go for a classic prank. Stitch continues to try and suggest pranks to Belle. Big bucket of paint fall on his head. Paint all over his fur? That wouldn't be very nice. Robot scissor give giant haircut? No, Stitch, I don't want to hurt the beast or his fur. You sigh. They're clearly getting nowhere, so this is probably the perfect time to intervene. Listen, I got a perfect prank, but I'm not sure if it should go to Belle or Stitch. Both stop and turn to you. I got an idea. Why don't the two of you race and then the winner gets my prank idea? Stitch leaps to his feet and begins to show off his speed, running in circles and raise a trail of dust in his wake. Stitch the fastest. Any rules? You laugh and give Belle a little wink. Nothing special. The first person to reach the end wins. Belle cocks her head at you and you give a slight nod, happy that she quick on the uptake like that. Stitch ready to go. Where we race to? The end, I told you. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Stitch stands nonplussed as Belle pulls out a well-loved book and immediately buries her nose in it. Stitch scratches his head in confusion. Oh, Stitch, didn't I mention? This is a reading race. Stitch's jaw hangs open for a moment before he plops to the ground and Belle and pulls out a book about surfing, furiously trying to catch up with Belle. Stitch not out of the race yet, you see. Laughing your head off, eager to see who you come across next. So this is a new code. While you're off to discover what other pranks the day holds, you might as well stop and smell the flowers on Dazzle Beach. Or well, at least pick a few before heading off. You continue to wander throughout the valley, pleased with your successful pranking. After a short while you come across Merlin, who seemed hard at work. Hey Merlin, what are you up to today? Merlin looks at you with suspicious fingers combing through his beard nervously. Normally, I would be delighted to confide in you, but today, well, I find myself quite suspicious of everyone. Sully and Vanellope at the very least are up to something, and it worries me. You give a cheerful laugh and approach with a reassuring gesture. It's okay, Merlin. I'm not helping them prank people. You can tell me. Well, I guess if I can trust anyone, it's you. Merlin say with a sigh. You see, I'm trying to get ahead of the other villager and prank them before they prank me. You nod sagely. Very wisely, Merlin. We don't want you getting pranked again. But that's not exactly honest, and you're already thinking of ways to prank Merlin. I still feel like mess with Merlin's head is not so nice. And classic prank. I actually don't want to prank him because he's trusted us so much. But to do something different, let's try to mess with his head. You know, you say adopting a conspiratorial tone. I should probably tell you, Sully and Vanellope are indeed up to something. Merlin leaps up with excitement. I knew it! I spot them sneaking about, looking as guilty as my sugar bowl when it drowns my tea. What do you think they're planning? You rub your chin in fox contemplation. Hard to say. Maybe Sully's getting back to his roots as a scarer and showing Vanellope the ropes? But is that maybe too obvious? Merlin nods again, to look more and more worried. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to mislead us with one prank only to surprise us with another. Perhaps Vanellope seeks to pixelate the Dreamlight wells? Or maybe Sully's trying to change Remy's stock for Monstropolis ingredients? You sigh, heavily shaking your head. I wouldn't be surprised at all. You should keep your eyes open, Merlin, so they don't catch you unaware. How right you are. Thank you, my friend. I'm glad you have nothing to fear from you. Still, who knows what other pranks are afoot. So, code number 3. Content. You won't be pranking him this year? Merlin shares a small gift with you, a collection of dreams and night shards to aid you in your own pranks. Continue. You're thrown, feeling a twinge of guilt at how worried Merlin seems now. Should you come clean and tell him about Vanellope and Sully's real plan, or perhaps this is the price all the villagers must pay for proper Festival of Foolishness? I kinda want to come clean because I feel bad about pranking Merlin, so I will come clean. Merlin, you say hesitantly. Yes, your advice? Is there something else? I got to be honest with you. I know what Sully and Vanellope are up to. Merlin's eyebrows rise to the point that they vanish under the edge of his wizard's cap. Well now, what are they plotting? It's actually kinda clever. They're not actually pranking anyone, instead they're just making everyone think that they have some massive plan in the works. Merlin begins to tap his chin in thought. Well, thank you for being honest, he says with a smile. I think I know just what to do with those rapscallions. Let's see now. Hiatus figitus. Magic surges around Merlin, swirling into the air and sets off into the valley. You said, slightly worried. What was that? Merlin just gives you a grin in response. Oh, nothing you need to worry about, but you should get a fun surprise later. Please give me a regard to the other pranksters. You shrug as Merlin walks off, humming a tune under his breath. You're not really sure what Merlin is planning, but you suppose you find out eventually. For now, there's still time to find some more villagers to prank. Code number 4, great. Feeling a little bit richer and glad you told Merlin about Vanellope and Sully's plans, you head out. There's still time to find more villagers to prank. You continue to wander, and you soon come across Scar and Mother Gothel, both hiding behind a tree and talking to each other in whispers. Hi Scar, hi Mother Gothel, you say as you approach. How are you two doing today? Oh, it's you, says Scar with the usual sneer. Are you enjoying the festival? How can you be, says Mother Gothel with a laugh. I'm sure you're falling for every prank there is. You're about to reply when she waves your response away with a dismissive gesture. Oh, don't look so sad, I'm just teasing. You sigh, rubbing at the bridge of your nose to deal with the headache that always seems to be threatened when you speak with Mother Gothel. I guess you two are planning a prank as well, you ask, crossing your arms. And I'm actually crossing my arms. Indeed, rumbles Scar. We are devising a prank for Simba and Rapunzel. Would you like to exchange ideas? Of course you'd love to help, laughed Mother Gothel as she steps up to your side, her next words a whisper in your ear. I'm actually working on something for this arrogant alley cat. Be a dear and help me out, won't you? You give Mother Gothel a glance with a raised eyebrow and she continues to laugh and walks to the side for a moment to pick a flower. Scar takes this moment to draw closer to you as well, his deep voice and soft rumble as he whispers as well. I'm sure you can appreciate how infuriating that woman is. Help me turn the tables on her. Well, now this poses some opportunities. Two villains, both hard at work trying to prank each other while pretending innocent. You can work with this. So I had the options to prank Scar, or Mother Gothel, or prank both. I feel like pranking both, it would be fun. Because they're bad guys, both of them, so we go for it. You barely have to consider before you realize that this could be an opportunity to prank both at once. It might stretch your pranking skills to their limits, but the chance of foolishness is just too high. But how to prank both at once? Let's make a classic prank. You try to conceal a smug smile as an idea occurs to you. Whisper a Dreamlight incantation and a few streams of magic shoot out and into the foliage around you. Actually, I got a little surprise for you too. It might be a bit of a challenge, but if you can figure it out, there's a reward that should help the two of you in your pranking goals. Scar nearly purrs as he stalks closer. How fascinating! And what is this challenge? It's a scavenger hunt, you say with a smile. I hid 3 dream shards in the area around here. If you can find them all, you'll be able to craft them into an incredible pranking tool. Scar and Mother Gothel exchange a nod and then immediately launch into the hunt. Scar quickly emerges from some bushes with 1 shard in his mouth, and Mother Gothel is to find one in the crook of a tree. Great job, you say. Just 1 left to find. The pair return to the search, but you can tell that they are quickly becoming frustrated. You try to keep a neutral face as they bicker. After all, it wouldn't do for them to figure out that you only hidden 2 dream shards. We should have found it by now, snarls Scar as his claws shred foliage. Oh, behave, kitten, draws Mother Gothel as she rummages through an animal's burrow. Can't you sniff it out or something? If you had any knowledge at all, you know that dream shards have no smell, comes the angry reply. You grin and begin to tiptoe away, chorus of squabbling villains slowly getting quieter behind you. 5th code, great. As you continue away, you almost crash into what you are pretty sure is supposed to be Ursula, but built out of snow and bits and blobs from around the valley. Sensing this was Olaf's attempt of giving someone a good scare. You decide you can't have Ursula stumbling upon it and unleash your own pranks on the valley, or adding Olaf to her garden. You rearrange the sculpture to resemble Maui, pocketing some out of the materials. Best case, Maui loves it. Worst case, he complains Olaf didn't capture his true impressiveness in snow form. As you return to the plaza, you see that all the villagers have gathered and are hotly discussing something. Merlin, Solly, and Vanellope seem to be at the center of the thing. What's happening? You're walking in closer. They hit my microplane, shouted Remy angrily, pointing at the tiny finger at Vanellope and Sully. And they replaced my trivia book with a book of incorrect trivia. Bimbo's all laugh. You reach the group and settle into the mass of people. Hey, what's going on here? You ask. It's Vanellope and Sully, said Elsa with a frown. Their pranks have been a bit extreme. One of my ice sculptors is... Actually, I'd rather not say. You shoot a glance at Vanellope and Sully, who seemed both confused and alarmed. Sully? Vanellope, did you actually pull off those pranks? I thought... No way, says Vanellope with an angry stamp of her foot. The whole point of our prank was that we weren't doing the pranks for real. Then what happened to my microplane? Shouts Remy. In the mess of voices, you begin to hear a low chuckle. You peer through the crowd and to your surprise, you find that Merlin has been quietly laughing this whole time. Merlin, you say, drawing closer. What's going on? Do you know anything about this? It's my finest work yet, he growls, hopping from one leg to another in joy. An incredible experimentation with Dreamlight magic for wonderful cause. Foolishness. What did you do? Oh, it's simple, he continues with a knowing wink. Thought it did require magic involving multiple alternate dimensions, made all of Sully's and Vanellope's pranks real. You can't help but laugh. The pranksters, trying to trick people but not actually pranking, ended up pulling pranks without their knowledge. Well, Vanellope laughed and walks close to Merlin. Nice one, Birdie. I can't even complain about it. You really got us. Well, said Merlin with a smile in your direction. Couldn't have done it alone. Almost didn't figure out what you were up to. Hiya, pal, say Mickey, approaching you with a wave. Now that the mystery of Vanellope and Sully's pranks has been cleared up, we thought we'd discuss who had the best foolishness of the day. Daisy stepped forwards and thought she shoots you a little glare. It quickly turns into a smile. As the first person to be pranked, she says, I'm quite happy to announce that you have reached the peak of foolishness today. But what kind of foolishness? Did you fool the classic line of pranks, or like Vanellope and Sully, did you try to turn over a new leaf of foolishness? I've been canvassing the valley and interviewing everyone I found. Based on my interview, Daisy continues, I said you unveiled a new path to foolishness, the experimental pranker. I reward you for you will be arriving shortly. Anti-prank ending. A reward? That's an unexpected surprise. You smile and wait as the villagers start to line up. First up is Daisy, who hands you a furniture pouch. I had to think quite a while to decide on the perfect gift for you, the perfect prankster, but I think I got it. This is for you. You thank Daisy and take the pouch, opening it up to see Dreamlight magic swirl and manifest an L-shaped couch. Oh, thank you, Daisy, it's lovely. Daisy smiles and steps aside. Next up is Anna. I got something for you. It's not a sandwich, but it's just as good. You receive another furniture pouch and open it to find another L-shaped couch. You grin as the villagers begin to titter. Next up is Eve. Directive, she says, handing over the third pouch, which predictably contains another L-shaped couch. You groan as the villager after villager comes forward to hand you a pouch containing yet another L-shaped couch. Before long, the plaza is crowded with couches and you begin to think of an idea. Turn around anti-prank, go along with the anti-prank. Let's go with it. As the parade of couch gets finished up, you hold your hands up for silence from the giggling villagers. Thank you everyone for this lovely gift. I think I know just what to do with them. From the crowd, you hear Woody ask, are you gonna put them all in your house? And then giggles start up again in response. You smile and wait for the chaos to calm down and then raise your arm once more. morsel,ing dreamlight magic. As one, the dozens of couches rise into the air, the villager gasps as they resolve around them, before finally settling down into a vast maze. It reminds you of somewhat of a hedged maze, but made of upholstered furniture instead. Buzz, where'd you go? You hear Woody call. Over here! Stay where you are, Sheriff, I find you. You laugh as the confused calls turn around, delightfully joking as the villagers move through the maze, meeting each other and slowly spilling out to the exit where you wait, laughing on the last L-shaped couch that remains outside the maze. Merlin exits first, chuckling. Well, that's what we get for trying to prank the best prankster in the village. So this is the end. It was a lot of reading. The end. And this is the 6th code. So I'm not gonna go through it again. This is like one time go through, and we got the anti-prank ending. So now we're gonna use these codes to get some stuff in the game. So see you in a second. So let's redeem these codes we got. Let's go here, help, and here you have the place you can redeem codes. I will start with the first one. It has to be a big letter. FOU FFLA 24. Let's see. Yes, now we got this code. And then we have flowers 24. Great. So then we have FOF shards 24. And FOF thanks 24. FOF snow 24. And then we have FOF prank 24. So that was the codes. Let me now, as you can see, we got them in the mailbox. So let's check what we got. Some soufflés looks like. Let's claim these ones. Ah, some flowers, nice to have. Always handy with shards. 150 moonstones. I don't say no to this. And this is handy. And the last one, 150 moonstones. Perfect. So that's it for today's episode. I'm not the best readers. I hope you managed to follow through my reading. So, yes. Subscribe to my channel. Like this video. Helps me a lot. See you next time. Bye.